Thank you so much for being here. My name is Catherine, and I would really love to help. And I would love to help this evening through reading a great story, and it is called Basil Dreams Big. And this is a story about always believing in yourself. And it's a story about realizing how powerful you are, probably more powerful than you think you are. And it's also a story about the importance of friendship. And whenever your friends believe in you, whenever your friends encourage you, that makes such a difference. So I really hope you enjoy it. It's called Basil Dreams Big. And it's a really, really good story. And I've learned from this story as well. I always learn from the stories, but I've definitely learned from this one. So Basil Dreams Big. Here we go. A long way away, where the jungle moon glows, and the crocodile dreams snappy dreams as they doze, where the spotty frogs sing, and the fireflies fly, a very small bat sighs a very big sigh. Oh dear, Basil frowned as he clung to his tree. Everyone's the loop swooping, but me. Do I start with a skip, with a flip, with a flap? Will I know where to fly if I don't have a map? How do I steer and how do I stop? And what if I lose all my upness and drop? Yeah, now there's a couple of things that I've noticed about this one is that everyone's loop the loop swooping but me. And then that got me thinking that Basil is comparing himself to other bats and maybe to other little animals as well. And sometimes that can be hard. And sometimes whenever you compare yourself to other people, it doesn't make you feel good. And my friends, they said to me, Catherine, comparison is the thief of joy. So whenever you compare yourself to other people, you're not really making yourself happy. You're almost taking away your happiness. And then the other thing that I thought of was that Basil's asking lots and lots of questions. And asking lots of questions, it can be a really good thing. But Basil's saying there to start with a skip, with a flip, with a flap. Will I know where to fly if I don't have a map? And how do I steer and how do I stop? Sometimes, although it's not always easy, I sometimes think the best thing to do is just to start. And then you work it out as you go along. So you work out if you start with a skip, with a flap, and whenever you're doing it, you'll probably make mistakes. But mistakes are a really good thing because mistakes help you learn and mistakes help you get better. Um, but sometimes it's just easier just to start and just to give it a go, just to take the big deep breath in and just to remind yourself that you're full of courage, that you're full of bravery, and that you can do it. And then you work it out as you go along. Um, yeah, but Basil's going to get it. I know he is. Then down from the faraway stars, a friend flittered. Moth, Basil blinked as her tiny wings glittered. Now, Basil, Moth smiled. It takes lots of trying, and sometimes there's downness before you start flying. And Moth's very, very smart. Moth is saying it's going to take you a wee while. She's saying there it takes lots of trying, and the first time you do it, you'll probably not get it right. And that's okay, but you just have to remember you just never give up. Um, and the other little thing that's coming to my mind there is that practice makes improvement. That the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it as well. So though he was fearful he'd fall and get bumped, Basil closed his eyes tightly, unclung, and then he jumped. Whoosh, went his fuzzy black fur as he dived. Whoosh, went his wings as he stretched them out wide. Flap, the moth cried as he boinged through the trees, but down Basil span like a leaf in the breeze. Till woof, Basil groaned as he plopped on a plant, both flapping and flying, and upness I can't. The very first thing I would say to Basil there is well done, because it takes courage to do it and it takes bravery to do it. And he did so well. He really, really did, especially whenever you're scared of something and then you give it a go. It takes a lot of courage to do that. But there was a wee line here that I thought, and it says, oh, flapping and flying and upness, I can't. And I would just be saying there to Basil, Basil, hold on. You can, you can, you can, you can, you can. The first time you'll do it, you'll probably not get it, but you must not never give up. You just have to keep on trying and you'll get there. You'll definitely get there. Then a shower of fruit bats swirled down through the night till they filled every twiglet and tree branch in sight. Look, Basil, they nodded. You need a flight plan. No more I can't, and lots more I can. So the bats are encouraging Basil, which is really, really, really good. And that always helps. That always helps whenever other people encourage you. And sometimes you have to take their belief in you. And then once you've got your belief, then you can go give it to other people as well. And I think that's a really cool thing too. You're done with the dangling, those wings need unwrapping. It's time to climb back up the tree and start flapping. So up, Basil, climb. Now, and there's wee Basil there. He's feeling very brave. He's feeling very brave. Now, I said a couple of minutes ago about comparing, and I'm going to go back on myself just a little bit and I'm going to explain it a wee bit more, because sometimes what helps me is that if I see somebody doing something that I really want to do, then that's proof that it's possible for me as well. So what I would maybe be encouraging there, maybe saying to Basil, Basil, hold on a wee minute. Bats can fly and all your friends can fly. So why can't you fly? You can fly, and you just have to believe and you just have to tell yourself that you can do it. And the other thing is there that sometimes if you see there's something that you really, 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 really want, and maybe you haven't seen anybody else do it, that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It's always possible. Everything is always possible as well. But sometimes it's good to look at other people. There was a very famous runner called Roger Bannister, and a long, long time ago, it might have been, I'm going to guess 1950s, but I might be wrong. That Roger Bannister was the first person to run a mile in 4 minutes. Now, a mile is 1,600 meters, and if you know the athletics track, that's 4 laps around the athletics track. But after Roger Bannister had done it, everybody started to do it because they knew it was possible, and they could see somebody else. They could see somebody else doing it. So then other people thought, well, if Roger can do it, then I can do it. So Basil could maybe say to himself, well, maybe this spot's called Tom and this spot's called John. We'll just pretend that's what they're called. If Tom can do it, I can do it. If John can do it, I can do it too. So there's wee Basil there coming. But down Basil fell. Keep going, Moth cheered. You're doing so well. Again and again, and once more without stopping. But each time he knew in his heart he'd start dropping. That's it, Basil gasped. No more jumping or trying. Back to the branch. I will never learn flying. And folding his wings away with a sad swing, he clung upside down with a curly toed cling. But now, there was something here. I thought Moth was brilliant here, because Moth was saying there to Basil to keep going, and Moth was encouraging Basil. And sometimes that's all you need. You just need maybe one person to tell you that you can do it and to tell you just to keep going. And sometimes you can be a cheerleader for yourself, but sometimes it's really good to have other cheerleaders around you. And that could maybe be your friend, or that could maybe be somebody in school, or that could maybe be your brother or your sister, or maybe teachers, or your granny or your granda as well. But the lovely thing about being a cheerleader for other people is that Moth is putting out encouragement, Moth is putting out love, Moth is putting out kindness and friendship. And that always, always, always comes back to you. Do you remember it's like the boomerang that whatever you put out, it'll always come back to you. So I think Moth is a great friend there to have. I'll read the last sentence again because sometimes I get carried away a wee bit with all the things I want to say. And folding his wings away with a sad swing, he clung upside down with a curly toed cling. But a whisper of wind drifted in through the trees, the promise of rain on the tropical breeze. Oh no, cried the bats, time to fly somewhere warm. Unpack your wings because here comes a storm. And so, like 100 umbrellas unfolding, the fruit bats let go of the tree they were holding. So I imagine right now that Basil's probably feeling maybe extra scared, because if he's thinking, oh, the storm's coming and all the bats are going to go, what am I going to do? Because I've said I don't want to fly. We'll read on because I think you're going to like this bit here. Ooh, blew the wind through the trees swaying night. Basil clung to the left, but Moth swung to the right. So Moth is really, really, really trying. Oh no, wobbled Moth as she swayed and she slipped. Then her 6 furry feet came unstuck and ungripped. Hold on, Basil cried as the rainy clouds rumbled. But into the boom of the storm the Moth tumbled. So Moth has been trying to hold on really tightly to Basil, and poor Moth, she's just lost the grip and now she's in the storm. Flap, Basil squeaked, so it's Basil this time's helping. But a storm is no place for a mothling with wings made of moonlight and peace. And you think of a moth, but their wee wings are quite fine, aren't they? They're very delicate. Moth, Basil cried, and then whoosh, Basil left. So you see what Basil's going to do. And catching the wind spinning moth, down he swept. Head over heels, downside up, Basil spun. I can't fly, Basil cried, but Moth gasped, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And though he was filled with the fearsomest fear, her sure little voice whispered in his ear, there isn't a thing you can't be or can't do. I love that line. I want to say that one again. There isn't a thing you can't be or can't do. I want you to remember that one. There isn't a thing you can't be or can't do. I believe in you, Basil, and I believe in you too. And he felt something change, something grow, ripple out, a drop of belief in his puddle of doubt. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? And I love the way this part here, and though he was filled with the fearsomest fear, and sometimes you'll always have the fear, you'll always have the butterflies in your tummy, you'll always maybe have the wee lump in your throat. But the only way to get over it, the only way to face it is just to do it. And just to, even if you can just hold on the way that Basil has held on here, hold on to the belief. And sometimes you take the belief on other people. Sometimes you take the belief that the teachers have in you. Sometimes you take the belief that your friends, that your adults, that your mommy, that your daddy, that your granny, your granddad, that they believe in you. And you can take the belief that I have in you now. Absolutely take that belief. Because this little part here, a drop of belief in his puddle of doubt. And that's all you need. You just need a wee drop. And then that drop of belief, then eventually it's going to turn into a big puddle, then a big puddle, and then like a big lake, and then it'll be like a big ocean, which will be really cool as well. But how brilliant is Basil? And I'm sure that Moth really, really appreciates Basil for being so brave, so brave. Look, the moth laughed. Basil, open your eyes. I'm flying, he gasped as he soared through the skies. Oh, moth, Basil swooped. Basil, I'm going to say that one again because I made a mistake. Oh, moth, Basil whooped as he swooped. Look at me. I am all of the bat you believed I could be. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? I am all of the bat you believed I could be. And away through the storm tumbled skies, Basil twirled over the glowworms and moonlit kiss world. So there's all the wee glowworms here. Beyond the bright fireflies flickering trail, till down to a dawn dusted tree they both sailed. So they're really gone on such a great adventure, a very exciting adventure. And they're coming out of the storm to the wee glowworms, the fireflies, and now they're back home. Yeah. Then the upside down swung with a curly toed cling as Moth whispered softly from under his wing. A little belief in yourself quickly grows. Today you're flying, tomorrow who knows? Oh, there will be times when you cling to the tree, but always believe in the bat you can be. How amazing and how beautiful is that? I think out of all these two, my favourite line on this page is a little belief in yourself quickly grows. Because sometimes whenever you do something that's a wee bit scary and you do it and you realise, you know what, I can do things that can be a wee bit hard. I can do things that feel a wee bit scary. And then you might think, well, if I can do that, then I can do the next thing, and then I can do the next thing, and then I can do the next thing. Because I love playing sport, and I play a sport called camogie. And I immediately thought of camogie when I read that line, because whenever I was a wee girl, I was always afraid of we can roll lift the ball, so you play with a stick and then play with a ball as well, or else you can just play it on the ground. But I was always afraid to try and lift the ball, to roll lift the ball, and then to hit it out in the air. And I used to just play it all on the ground. But once you do it once you know you can do it, then that gives you like, well, if I can do it this time, then I can do it the next time, then the next time, then the next time. And then if I can roll lift the ball, well, that means that I can maybe hit the ball in the match, or I can maybe put my hand up to catch the ball, or I can maybe put my hurler, we call it a hurler, a stick, to maybe block somebody from the ball um, as well. So your belief, it grows and it gets bigger and bigger. And as you do these things that maybe make you feel a wee bit afraid, the more you do it, the more you're going to believe as well, which I think is really cool. Um, but I love this line as well. But always believe in the bat you can be. Always believe in the bat you can be. And I suppose we could change that, or we could change that even for you. So always believe in the boy that you can be. Always believe in the girl that you can be. Always believe in the amazing person that you can be. And you already are amazing. I don't even need to say that. And as the trees swayed in the sun's golden beams, Basil thought, maybe now I can dream bigger dreams. Yes, you can, Basil. Oh, I wonder what wonderful things I can do, because now, at long last, I believe in me too. Well done, Basil. Yeah. And I think this last picture here, that Basil, he's not going with his friend Moth anymore. He's just going to fly off and go on his own little adventure too, which is just brilliant. And I definitely think those last three pages were definitely saying that, once you do it once, then that just makes you believe in yourself more and more. And then you can dream bigger, and then you can do, things that you never thought were impossible, that you can still do them. And I think here, I love imagination, and I love thinking about all the things that are possible, and just imagining, you know, um, the things that you really, really want to happen. And I think this is what Basil's doing here. Oh, I wonder what wonderful things I can do, because now at long last, I believe in me too. Um, I think he's maybe thinking about all the nice adventures he'd like to go on as well. Um, that's a great book, isn't it? So that one is called Basil Dreams Big. And I really, really hope you enjoyed that. I definitely enjoyed that book, and I'm going to bring that into the boys and girls in my class, because I think they would love it too. Um, and there's lots of lovely wee lessons in that book. Um, and I think there are lessons in there for me as well too. So thank you so, so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed that story, and I will be on again soon for another lovely story. So have an awesome week, and just keep believing in yourself and keep knowing that everything is possible. Bye.